years to go. And then they'll bring another one 6 months before. And when they bring the last one, you have nobody to help you. You have to go. I had a friend of mine, one of his finger was chopped off because of diabetes. So when he received his retirement letter, he wrote to the TSC that I have a deformity. I'm handicapped. One of my finger is missing. So when you are handicapped or you have a deformation of any kind, they normally give you 2 more years as a special, favor to people who have deformation. Okay, so he was lucky with that finger. He was given additional 2 years, but those 2 years messed him even more. Instead of the 2 years helping him, they messed him. So T on the word transformation means always you have to be careful of your thoughts. Transformation begins with the way you think. Transformation begins with the way you think. If you think of yourself as a successful individual, if you think of yourself as a healthy person, if you think of yourself as a great person, if you think of yourself as someone who has the ability to achieve anything you want to achieve in your life, the probability of you achieving that is always very high. Because what the mind can conceive and the heart believes, you will always achieve. So it all begins with your mental framework. That's why they say you are who you are as a result of who you think you are. It is not what other people say you are. What other people are saying is none of your business. You should concentrate more on what you tell yourself. And that's why sometimes in life, the best conversation you will have is the conversation with your own self. That means if you take a minute of reflection and tell yourself how lucky you are, how blessed you are, how great you are, how much you have achieved, that positive psychology will transform you better than you being keen on what other people say about you. Okay? You are defined by what you are, not what other people say you are. Okay? So that's number one. Control your thoughts. Our minds are like gardens. Okay? You grow what you plant. The seeds you put in your mind determines the thoughts that will come out of that mind. If you feel you are small, you become small. I have a joke. It's a joke I always use when I'm training. When I'm alone, like now I am alone, I'm here standing alone. I'm alone. When I am alone, I only realize I'm short when I stand next to a tall person. You know what I'm talking about? But when I am on my own, my mind tells me I am very, very tall. Okay? It's only. So at the end of the day, what comes to your mind affects your action. That is why Confucius says you have to be very careful what you think. What you think affects the way you feel. How you feel affects the way you act. Your actions makes your habit. Your habits will make your character. And your character will take you to your destiny. But all it begins with that one thought. If you allow. Sometimes you have to make sure you don't allow people to live in your mind rent-free. You know what I mean? Don't allow people to live in your mind rent-free. That means don't spend time listening to what other people are saying. You will never transform yourself. Kulikuwa mashindano ya vyura, walikuwa wanapanda mlima, na huo mlima hakuna mtu alikuwa ameweza kupanda. Kwa hivyo vyura wakaamua wao watajaribu. 100 of them. On your marks, get ready, go. And they started. People who were cheering them, They were saying, hawezi, utapanda, utafika, huo mlima ni mrefu, watu wamejaribu, wakashindwa, nyinyi mnafanya nini, mnajiumiza, hamtafika, haiwezekani, haiwezekani. And one after the other was coming down, one after the other was coming down, and then only one was left and reached the peak of the mountain. Everybody was shocked, surprised. Huyu amefika vipi huyu? All these things we've been saying, that you cannot climb the mountain. How? Then they went to interview the little Todd. My friend, how did you manage to go to the top when we were busy telling you cannot make it? I said, unfortunately, I'm deaf. I could not hear you. I did not hear you. So you see the effects of listening to what other people are saying. Transformation comes with positive thoughts. No matter where you come from, and no matter where you are at the moment, you can always reach where you want to go. Always. No matter how difficult the terrain is, no matter how complicated it could be, no matter how many obstacles you face along the way, you got to behave like a river. When it begins from Aberdare Ranges, you'll find it in Kipini at the Indian Ocean. Whether it will go through the forest, it will pass through the Rift Valley, go through the plains of Nyika. One day the river will reach the ocean. And you, if you want to transform yourself, you must have that determination that it doesn't matter where I was born. Okay? It's not about my father's life. It's not about my family's life. It's about my life. And therefore, I got to live it. And you live it good, because there is no rehearsal. You live only once. So live good. No one has gone and came back. When you go, you have gone for good. There is no reincarnation and rebirth. Doesn't take place. Okay? So if God grants you, blesses you with 60 years, live those 6 years. Don't survive. Don't survive. They say life is made up of 4 L's. You live, don't survive. You learn, don't be ignorant. Okay. You love so that you can be loved. And then you leave legacy. At least one day when you are gone, people can say, Mr. Yassin, one time there was a man called Mr. Yassin. In this school, there was a man, you know. There was somebody on this earth. There are marks to show you are there. Okay? So that is transformation. Transformation is about taking care of your attitude. Majority of us don't fail because we are stupid. We fail because we believe we cannot do it. Most of us don't get what we want because we cannot get what we want. We don't get what we want because we believe we don't have what it takes to get what we want. So from today, get this from me. Every one of us can achieve anything we want to achieve if we set our mind on that particular thing. So thoughts can make you, or your thoughts can break you. Some people are not sick because there's something wrong with biological state of their body, but they think because of their mental state of their mind. Okay? Now, when you look at our transformation comes with the relationship you establish with yourself. There are some people who are in your life, but they are so toxic. And they are making you not grow. Get rid of those people in your life. Thoughts. God decided to put the heart between the 2 ribs. Who you hug. You know what I mean? Who you hug affects how you feel. You see, a human heart is on the left-hand side. Am I right? Okay? So when you hug another person, where will that person's heart be on you? Where will it be? The right. The right. So, and always, the right is stronger than the left. So if the heart you are hugging is a stupid heart, you know what I'm talking about? Now, through osmosis, that hurts. Before you realize you are meant to fly and you're still crawling. You know? I don't know if you've had that experience. Because of somebody, somewhere, you know, you're not able to be happy. And because you're hugging a wrong person every night for that matter. And that person is the wrong person for you. And that person affects you in a negative way. So the heart, make sure this is called emotional intelligence. It's not about what you think only. It's also about how you feel. It's EQ. This is IQ. This is EQ. And the feelings are greater than the thoughts. Okay, because they determine our beliefs. Okay, things that we cannot see, but we can feel. It's like electricity. We cannot see it, but we can feel it if we touch it. And there are some people who are so electrical. If you hold them, they electrify you. And they might mislead you into a wrong direction. And then there is another one. I don't want to mention that one. Okay, it is between the two legs. When you open those legs to anybody, no, that person will affect you in a very bad way. It's a bad person. Be careful of who you open your legs to. Because that person might give you children, either who are intelligent or who are very, very stupid. That person might give you stress of your life. That person, you know what I'm talking about? Yes. So transformation comes from the relationship that you create for yourself. That's why you have to be very careful of who you bring closer to in your life. Transformation is about navigation. Transformation is looking for opportunity everywhere. They say preparation plus opportunity makes you a very lucky person. So always navigate through. Don't get contented with the little thing that you have. Don't get satisfied so quickly. This life has a lot to offer. Kuna watu wengine washenzi kweli kweli. Anapeleka baiskeli na nafikiri amefika. Na ana baiskeli tu. Ajui kwamba kuna watu wanapeleka V8. Ajui kama kuna watu wako na choppers zao. Yeye anasema, thank God I have a bicycle. At least I ride. Jinga nini wewe? Kuna mtu anakuambia mimi nashukuru nimejenga, nakaa kwa nyumba yangu. Which kind of a house? Which kind of house, my friend? Idiot. Which kind of house are you living in? Na jamaa ameona nimefika. It's good to be contented, yeah? But you should never get too comfortable. Wanasema angalia chini ushukuru, lakini alafu angalia juu udhukuru. Ukibaki katikati utakufuru. Don't. Angalia chini ushukuru. Alhamdulillah, I am better than so many people. But look up. There are people who are better than you also. So there's a competition still. You got to struggle. Go high. Somebody has a diploma. If you have a diploma, somebody has a degree. You have a degree, somebody has a master's degree. Somebody has a PhD. Other people have 2 of them, 3 of them. So why are you so comfortable with like a P1 hapa? Alafu unasema umefika wapi? Umefika wapi? Hebu niambie umefika wapi na you know what I'm talking about. It's a good start, right? It's a good start. But that's not where you belong. By the way, have you ever stood in front of a mirror and realized you are not the person you want to be in your life? Have you ever had that experience? In the morning you are brushing your teeth and you see yourself in the mirror and you don't like the person you're seeing. Man, this guy, this one, no, you're not becoming your best. Okay, it's called the law of the mirror in personal growth and development. You got to be happy with the person that you are. And you can never be happy with the person you are until you are transformed to that level you're supposed to be. And don't tell me you're old. As long as you are living, you still have a chance to transform your life. Until they bury you, then it is over. And maybe even there are opportunities you can transform yourself. Okay? So it's better for you to understand that you need to navigate through. You need to negotiate. You need to understand that this world is made up with so many opportunities. As transformation is about sacrifice. Transformation, you will never become a different person until you change the person you are today. You will never become a different person until you change the person you are today. My friends, when you look at the caterpillar, there is nothing that shows you that one day a caterpillar will become a butterfly. There's nothing on caterpillar that shows you that one day a caterpillar could become a butterfly. But the reality is, every caterpillar becomes a butterfly. But there is one condition that caterpillar has to go through, and that is the process of becoming a butterfly, which is a very painful process, and it takes time. Okay? So even you and me, if we are ready and willing to go through the process of pains of life, then we will discover and realize our gains, because there is no gain without pain. If you want things to be easy every day in your life, there is no way you can transform yourself to become your best. Absolutely no way. So you have to let go who you are today to be the person you want to be tomorrow. But if you're holding on your yesterday, there is no way you can get your tomorrow. Don't be like that monkey who saw those artificial fruits we put in our dining tables for decoration. And the monkey got hold of those fruits, and the monkey was trying to eat those fruits, but they were rubbers. They were not fruits, but still wanted to have those fruits and was dying with hunger, and the mangoes were falling from the mango tree, but because the monkey was holding the artificial fruits, the monkey died of hunger while sleeping under the mango tree with so many mangoes on the ground. Some of us hold on things that are not very beneficial to us, and we lose things that are very beneficial in our lives. Some of us don't want to let, we are so angry with other people, we are so angry with ourselves, we hate other people so much, we are so resentful, we don't really want to forgive, and therefore now you don't get the beauty of making tomorrow better than yesterday. But the way in psychology they say, if you're angry with somebody, it's like you drinking poison and then you're expecting the other person to die. Is that possible? Yeah. One day I went with my friend for a cocktail party, and all of a sudden I discovered my friend is not eating. So I asked him, Muhammad, how come? It was in the US Embassy ambassador residence in Nairobi. And you know, when you go to such kind of parties, that's ambassadors of United States of America, nothing is missing. Everything is there. Okay? This guy is not eating. I ask him, what's wrong with you? And he tells me, I've lost my appetite. Why? I said, there's somebody who's walked in here and I really hate that person. I said, who is that? I said, you see that guy in a pink tie? I said, yes. I really hate that guy. And when I looked at the guy is enjoying drinking, eating, growing. And this guy is not eating. And the other guy has no idea that this guy is hating him. So who is suffering? Who is suffering? So sometimes in life, you have to sacrifice. You have to let go yesterday so that tomorrow can be better than yesterday. You have to be a momentous individual. Live today. Live today. Because yesterday is a history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why in English we say present tense. It's now. It's a gift. What you have is only today. Make best use of today. You have no idea what will happen tomorrow. Okay? So why are you wasting your today? Because of yesterday. Okay? Transformation comes with proper focus. F for focus. Because where your focus goes, your energy will flow. Where your focus goes, your energy will flow. It is not the lens of the sun that burns the paper through the binocular lens. No. It is the focus of that lens. If you hold a binocular lens like this, the rays of the sun will never burn the paper because there is no focus. Okay? But when you focus it for 5 minutes, now the rays will find a way of burning the paper. Always know how to prioritize your life. Know out of the 10 things you want to achieve in your life, which one of them, if you concentrate on, will take care of the 9. In every 10 issues you want to realize for yourself in life, there is one, if you give that one more attention, it will give you the 9 free of charge. But because you can't identify that one, you end up, investing little effort everywhere, and then you don't make your success tangible. And you won't be able to see it. So maintain are focused. Stephen Covey, in his book, The 7 Habits of the Most Effective People, he says, first thing first. First thing first. Identify what is it. If you put all your effort in, it will give you everything you want in your life. What is it? What is it? Where you are seated today, what is it? If you give everything you have in your life, it will also give you back everything you want for yourself. What is it? What is it? Now, out of the 10, 50, 100, there is one thing that if you give 100% of your attention, it will give you everything that you want. And that's why I always tell my student, kila jambo kwa jambole, wakati kwa wakatile, mtu ni kwa mtule, neno ni kwa nenole, usibaki nyuma, mwanadamu lazima afanye bia, and you become the best. Say good. Say good. Better. Best. I will never rest until I'm grave. They don't need that best of you. It is this world that requires the best out of you. Become the best version of yourself. Strive, struggle, do whatever it takes. But you must be, it has to reach a point in life where you say, at least I have tried and God is my witness. You look back and say, where I come from, man, this is a miracle. It's a big shot. I have tried. Now, when you die, you will die smiling. And even God might have mercy on you because you tried. Okay? But if you don't transform yourself, and you don't transcend, and you don't reach that level which God wanted you to reach, then how will you explain yourself to the Creator? How? He created you to become the best, but you decided to become fake. Now, who is to blame for that? Now, transformation comes when we maintain high levels of motivation. They say motivation is like shower. You need it every day. Motivation. And being motivated is understanding why you do what you're doing. Why are you doing it? I always tell my students, if you know the reason why, and the why can make you cry, because the truth you cannot deny, you're busy looking for a sign, you will fly, go so high, even if you must die. At the end of the day, you go above the sky because you know why. That thing that makes you lose your sleep, that is what is called a dream. Not the one that you see when you have closed your eyes. That's not a dream. A dream is that thing you want to sleep at night and you can't because it's not yet achieved. There is something you wanted to achieve in your life and it has not happened and it is taking away your sleep. That's a dream. Because from that pain, you will struggle to see the gain. From that pain of losing your sleep, you will do what it takes until you gain. And then you will enjoy the sleep. And that's why I keep on telling people, don't rest if you have not become your best. Don't rest. You only rest when you have become your best. Before you become your best, you can never rest. Okay? So it's very important to work hard, work smart, and become the individual you want to become. Transformation comes through aspiration. A for aspiration. R for aspiration. Transformation comes through aspirations. Aspiration. Okay? For you to get anything out of life, first you desire, then admire, then aspire, then acquire, otherwise you expire. I take it again. You admire, desire, aspire, acquire, or you will expire. So it's always very important to have higher aspiration. Man, think big. Think big. In life, think big. It's not fun playing it small in life. Don't play it small. Don't play safe. Life is risky. It got risky from the time you were conceived in the womb of your mother. It got risky. It got risky. Can you imagine how difficult it was to live in the womb of your mother? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how dangerous it was in that process called birth? Many of them lose their lives along the way, isn't it? So it was risky crawling on the thorns and the stones. So why are you worried about risky today? All your life, you've been going through a lot of risks. Leaving your home to come here was risky. The roads are not safe. Malindi these days, there are muggers. It's not safe, but you took that risk. It's risky to get married, but we get married. You know what I mean? It's risky to become pregnant, but we get pregnant. That's one thing I will never do if I was a woman. It's risky, isn't it? Yeah. But you still become pregnant. Small. People who make it big in life are people who are willing to take bigger risks. You get my point? They say when you teach somebody who is intelligent, your work is very easy. But when you teach somebody who is struggling, your work is very important. So which one is better? Easy or important? Important. But with that risk that you're taking, what you achieve, what you realize are very important things. So transformation. T is timely intervention. Transformation comes with time, when you are able to use your time very well. Timely intervention. Timely intervention. Knowing when to do what you want to do. In another word, being a disciplined individual. Being a disciplined individual. Knowing exactly when is the right time for you to invest. You know, success is when you are able to make your money work for you, and then you rest now. Okay? You've made money, you've made capital, you have invested, and now the money is working for you. Now that's success. Okay? So always learn how you can create that capital, that ultimately that capital is invested and then it is working for you. Transformation comes when you have an inspiration. I for inspiration. Inspiration is about having a role model, having someone who is always, guiding you, inspiring you, coaching you, reminding you. Some people, you just need to look at them and you feel inspired. There are some people, if you just look at them, you feel like I need to work hard. You know what I mean? That means there are some people who are icon of success. Their personalities are a lesson for people to learn. You look at them and you wonder, how did they manage to be who they are? If they could do it, I can also do it. There are some people when you see them, you see God. And there are some people when you see them, you see Shaitan. You know what I mean? Yes. There are some people when you see them, they're encouraging you. Okay? They're encouraging you to be better you. And there are some people when you look at them, they discourage you. They make you feel sick. They make you feel like you cannot really make it. Transformation is about, I said the other time, optimism is having an objective in your thinking. Or for objectivity and not subjectivity. Or for objectivity and not subjectivity. Okay? If you don't know where you are going, you will never reach there. You cannot hit a target that you cannot see. And you cannot see a target which you don't have. So always have a goal in your life. What are you working towards in your own life? What do you think, if happens to you, will make your life a worthy life? What is it? What is it that if you achieve, you become the best that you want to be? And the last letter on the word transformation is about stop being negative. You cannot transform yourself if you are a negative person. You can never transform yourself if you are a negative person. So under this presentation, and that is mental health presentation, we look at the introduction of mental illness, its types, its symptoms, its causes, negative effects on human life, benefits, and solution for mental health. We have an online program every Tuesday, 8 to 10 on mental health issues. Okay? If you are interested in joining that one to make yourself stronger, better, more focused, and greater in whatever you do, join that program. Different speakers normally give presentation on mental health issues. You know, life is getting harder and harder every day. People's stress levels have gone very high. They say every 10 Kenyans you see 7 are stressed. They have mild stress. 5, they have serious stress. 4, they are depressed. And 2 are thinking of committing suicide. every 10. So that's very bad statistics. Very, very bad statistics. So you need to ask yourself, which category do you belong to? Okay? So what is mental health? The introduction. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. It's about mental health. Nothing more important in your life than having a positive mind. Okay? Having a peace of mind. You could have everything, but when you don't have the peace of mind, your life becomes miserable. Okay? So if there is anything that you should never compromise in your life, and learn this from me today. I've lived longer than most of you. If there is anything you should never compromise in your life, is your happiness. No matter how much money you're making out of anything. If it doesn't give you happiness, let it go. Because happiness is not sold in any supermarket. It is not sold in any shop. Happiness is from inside. Therefore, make sure you have peace with your own self before you can have peace with anybody else. Make sure you make yourself happy, no matter what state of affairs you are in, whether you are rich or poor, sick or healthy, famous or whatever state of mind that you're in, but don't compromise the thing that is called happiness. Don't. And believe me, if you make a mistake of putting your happiness in the hand of somebody else, then you will always be controlled, because your happiness will determine on how that person wants you to be happy. Some people, we invest our happiness in money, our happiness in our husbands or our wives, okay, our children, and they end up stressing us. And therefore, you are not happy and you cannot give them any happiness. So there is double tragedy there. Make sure you are doing everything possible to always be happy with who and what you are. There is one principle now the world has recognized as the principle that creates happiness, and this principle is the principle of the attitude of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude. Always saying, thank you. Thank you. At least I have woken up, breathing. Thank you. At least I can walk on my feet. Thank you. At least I can see. Thank you. At least I am me. No matter the situation is in your life, no matter what you're going through, always maintain a high level of gratitude. Okay? Always use the word thank you. Thank you. Because that will control your state of mind. But if you agonize in whatever you're going through, that makes that problem even greater. And at the end of the day, it gets out of control. So over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, you think, mood, and behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health problems. And these include biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, and that is the happiness, the brain chemistry, the alchemy. There is a book that is very good for consoling people and making people, become comfortable in any situation they are in. It's called Alchemy, okay, by Ibn Ghazal. Very nice book. So they say the chemistry of the brain. The chemistry of the brain is the thinking pattern that is in your brain. There are people, even when they are dying, they will smile. And there are people, even if you pinch them a little, they cry. No, there are 5 C's, which I call social metastasizing cancers. 5 C's. This is C number 1, complaining and complaining about everything. You will be sick whether you like it or not, if you are that person who complains about everybody and everything. C number 2, when you contradict yourself. What you say is not what you do. That one will make you sick. Number 3, when you are criticizing everything, nothing makes you happy. Nothing. Have you seen such kind of people? Nzuri biriani, lakini nzidi chumvi. Chapati nzuri, lakini wanatumia samli mbaya yatoa harufu kidogo hivi. Lakini hivi tena you see the sheet of the white bed sheet and there is a small black dot. You don't see the white space, you only see that small dot. You know, you are oversensitive when it comes to wrong things, but you don't appreciate what is right. Okay, and then condemning that everybody else is wrong. You are the only one who is right. And the last one is comparing yourself with other people. Man, don't do that. Don't do that, because there will always be somebody who is better than you in everything. There is always somebody who is doing better than you. So if you are in the business of comparing with yourself, look at that one. We graduated the same time. He's driving, I'm not driving. He has a big house, I have a small one. Look at that one's wife. Look at that one's husband. Look at the way they dress and look at the way I dress. You'll never be a happy person. You won't be happy. And that will kill you because you will be very, very sick. Are we together? Say yes. Good. Now, types of mental health or mental diseases. Types of mental diseases or types of mental health. Number one is anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder. This is when you are so much conscious of what is yet to happen. You are a warrior, not a warrior. You worry too much about everything. Okay? And this has become very, very common, particularly among the young people. You see those people who post their pictures on the social media and no one is saying it's good. You know how they feel? Do you know, have you ever had that experience?